All right, welcome back, everyone. We got a quick bonus game here since we were super underestimate. Back with us is Iraq Bet and CrebleStar doing another race, except this time it's gonna be Mega Man Normal Zipless. And I might know a little bit about this game, so I'm gonna do surprise commentary. You know, I'm only top 30 in the world. No big deal. Anyways, I'll just kind of comment as we go here. You guys ready? I'll count it down for you.
I'm ready.
Great.
All right. In 3, 2, 1, go. All right. This is Mega Man 2 Normal Zipless. I think we're going.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe a little latency between Wow, I haven't played Zipless in so long.
It's been a while since I've done Zipless.
All right, so we're starting out with Flashman. Flashman's easiest. You can start out with Airman if you really wanted to, but why would you do pixel jumps unless you're going for world record? And even then, it doesn't really matter all that much. Anyways, Iceman. I say Iceman because Flashman does have a ice physics within the game, the level. All the blue blocks are ice. Super annoying. Doesn't really matter. They're gonna zip through here. No pun intended on that, by the way. So they're gonna go ahead and cruise on through here pretty quickly. Flashman is very, very RNG heavy, so hopefully they both get good patterns depending on what Flashman wants to throw at them. Spoilers, it's not actually RNG, it's a set pattern. So hopefully they'll just go ahead and get him down with, I believe it's 8 shots. No, I believe it's 7 shots. No big deal. I don't know anything about this game at all. And 7 shots later, and Creble takes him down super quickly, nice and easy. Doing a little fancy schmancy move in there. And Iraq just very close behind, so...
Showing my rust.
Showing the rust, that's okay.
It feels weird to play a Flashman on normal again. I've been playing difficult a bit lately.
So, Flashman dead, you get Flash Stopper, which stops everything on the screen until it runs out. You also get item 3, which will be used much later in the game for specifically Crash Climb. But otherwise, it's kind of not really used much else throughout the run. Next up, I think we're going to go Airman. Yes, we are. Creble's going to go right into Airman, getting Flash Stopper use really early on. He's just going to drop in, switch to Flash, going to stop everything on the screen, which means the heads will spawn, but they will not spawn the drills. And no enemies will spawn either, which means that you can just kind of glide on through this first part of this stage right here. And then here we get to the first, and I really only quote-unquote auto-scroller here with these moving platforms in the air. With zips, you can kind of get through all these with item 1, but on zipless, we kind of just have to sit here. So what Creble's doing is he's kind of jumping towards the front of the screen a little bit. What that'll do is it'll spawn the guys just a little bit extra, a little bit earlier than normal, allowing us to kind of get through here just a smidgen earlier. After that's all done, that's the scariest part of the level. We're just going to kind of go through here with some stupid eggs. Iraq does get through it just as smoothly, so they're on pretty good pace. Here, we just gonna deboost our way through these drills. You can do pixel jumps here. Again, it takes a little bit of practice, but getting them is pretty smooth. So with this section here, you're gonna have birds, and you're gonna have guys that are gonna be blowing you backwards. They take 3 shots each. Hopefully, you hope for no health drops or any drops of any sort, but basically, if you do this consistently without having any misjumps or anything, the patterns for everything are the exact same, which is really nice. So you can get some muscle memory going there. Here we are. Creble's going into Airman real quick. He's got a bunch of patterns he can do. Hopefully he'll play nice. Otherwise, just kind of is This is actually RNG. I'm not joking about that. So Kreble gets a fairly decent pattern. Not too bad. Takes down Airman pretty quickly. Irax gets, oh wow, the same 2 patterns in a row, which is probably the most annoying pattern. So the 2 on the ground, once they go out, you can shoot underneath them, but you'll still get hit, which pretty much means that you'll be losing some time there. So bad pattern for Iraq, but he gets out of it unscathed. Here we get Airman. Airman will be used once. That's to kill Crashman in the refight and here as well. We also get item 2, which is Mega Man 2's version of Rush Jet. So that'll help us to skip over a bunch of stuff later on. Super helpful. That'll be used pretty heavily throughout the run. Here we're going to go into Quick Man, which is a snore fest of a stage. It is hands down my least favorite part of this game. Absolutely boring. You just fall forever, and that's it. So if you notice that Kreble's doing kind of these little hops, so what that does is Mega Man has falling physics, and he has a set, max falling speed that he can do. So if you jump up just a little bit before you screen transition and you have a long fall upcoming, you'll gain that velocity much faster, and it saves insignificant time, but it still saves a little bit of time, especially when you're getting up there. And here Kreble's going through the one-hit KO lasers. It's all set patterns, everything's the same, nothing changes. Here goes Iraq Bet right back into them as well, so he's just behind. We pretty much skip everything. For newbies, you can use Flash Stopper here if you want. It will stop everything, and you can pick up those ammo pickups along the way, and they will continue hit. Interesting strat from Kreble here to use the Airman to kill the first Sniper Joe in there, but unfortunately he gets hit by the second one. Iraq does do it as well. Fortunately, he does kill it, so he will not be going into the fight on low health, unlike Kreble here. Ooh, really? Ooh, and Kreble dies. Oh man, that's... So, Airman, or Crashman, or one of this guy, Quick Man, jeez and cracker. You think I could speak, and I know what I'm talking about. Quick Man can have 3 jumps at the start. He can go high, mid, or low. And then he just kind of hops around and shoots his boomerang out, and it's super obnoxious. Kreble, unfortunately, because he got hit by that second Sniper Joe, which their body damage does a lot when in low health, and unfortunately, Quick Man wasn't nice to him. So, takes the death, which means Iraq takes the lead. Going into Metal Man. Here we'll get another showing of Flash Stopper, so he'll hop in, switch to Flash Stopper right away, hop up here, use Flash Stopper, and what that'll do is these crushers will no longer fall down. It will also stop the platforms from moving. Some of them do move backwards, and will cause you to just go slower, which is obviously not what we want. Kreble going here he goes through it, uses Flash again. These drills, these little screws that come out of the ceilings and the floors, they are also on a set pattern. So as long as you get through it at the same speed without hitting anything, it will be the same every time. Here we're going to switch to item 2, which is going to be the first use of item 2 in this run. So what that is going to do is he's going to get under this guy. Oh, very nice. And then he's going to put item 2, and then he's going to hop up. And what that does is it allows your hitbox to now be on the bottom of the screen as you screen wrap around, which means you will not get hit by those guys. Which just allows us to go and skip everything. We're going to switch to Quick Boomerang because Metal Man's weakness is Quick Boomerang. Iraq taking some damage here. He's a little low. Hopefully, Metal Man cooperates with him and doesn't give him any really bad patterns, because again, Metal Man is very RNG heavy. Hopefully Iraq can pull this out. Just kidding. Metal Man dies because as long as you hold the B button and don't move past the mid section of the screen, he will not move. And that's it. And there's Metal Man down. They both take him out quickly and with no mercy. Because Metal Man, quite honestly, is the worst boss in this game. As we'll find out later, his Metal Blade, although is the most overpowered weapon in this game, which it will get heavy use from here on out for the rest of the run. So we're going to go into Bubble Man, who just destroys bit rates because the waterfall is an eyesore, and while it also destroys bit rates, it also destroys your eyes. Oh, unfortunately, Iraq does not get over the frogs completely. Oh, and he takes a death. That is not good. We're running out of item 2. So here's another use of item 2. Kreble does get it, gets over them nice and easy. Also using a kind of a strat that will reduce the lag, as so if there's too many frogs on screen. Oh no, Iraq, another death. These frogs are brutal. So they spit out little frogs in like a 3 pattern here. So hopefully he can. Oh, he's just gonna take the game over. It looks like.
This is a strategic game over.
Yeah, strategic game over to
do what I do. Don't do what I do.
to refill his item 2. Moving back to Kreble, he's going through this water stage with a bunch of one-hit KO spikes at the top. You can make those little jumps, little hops. He almost gets the second one. So here you're gonna. So these little rocket shrimp come out, which is the greatest combination of words that I've ever heard in my life. And we're just gonna move on through here. So once again, he's just heavy use of Metal Blade there, and he's out of there. Back sore of a waterfall, causing all of us to go blind. So upcoming is Bubble Man, who is RNG again. I will promise I'll never lie to you again about things being RNG based. So Iraq does make it finally past the frogmen there. Ooh, gets the first hop. Does he get the second one? He does not, but that's okay. Getting those at all. Kreble makes quick work of Bubble Man, who takes, I think, 4 hits from Metal Blade, because Metal Blade is OP. You can just spam it at pretty much anything, and it'll eventually die. Like that. So you just spam it at the frogs, and they'll die without any way to retaliate. So here we get Bubble Lead. Bubble Lead will, or Bubble Lead, I can never knew how to pronounce it as a kid. I still don't know how to pronounce it as a 31-year-old. Doesn't matter. Bubble Lead, Bubble Lead is Heatman's weakness, so we're gonna go into Heatman here. Bubble Lead is the only weapon that will affect Alien at the end, the very last fight of this game, this run. So, it's very important, but only ever gets use on Heatman himself. Otherwise, it's pretty much worthless. Iraq makes quick work of Bubble Man here, so he will now be heading into Heatman stage as well. So what Kreble did right there, ooh, he's gonna use the item 3. Interesting strat. Not interesting, sorry. That's another strat. Also, what you saw him do, where he paused in the air. So Mega Man 2 has an interesting mechanic where if you pause in the air, it resets your jump arc. Ooh, wow, fancy move in there. So it resets your jump arc, and what that will do is it will... Oh man, okay.
Improvise.
It will move Mega Man forward a little bit more, and you can repeatedly spam pause and unpause, causing you to move pretty much super forward. And unfortunately, Iraq takes another death to the one-hit magma everywhere as Kreble, ooh, nice recovery, almost takes a death there across the Yoku blocks, which typically you don't see. You don't use those particular Yoku blocks in this run, but he's doing some mixed strats here from Zipless and the Zip, so
and Rando.
You get to see and Rando. You get to see a little bit of everything here. So here we are into Heatman himself. He takes just 3 bubbles. He can teleport on either 30, 60, or 90 frames. Looks like Kreble got a 90 and then a 30, which isn't too bad. That averages out to, you know, the good old 60. So Iraq's making his way through the little section here. So you can use item 2 to kind of skip a lot of this, which is what he's doing pretty deftly. So he gets over that. Doesn't really matter. Oh no. Unfortunately, Place hits the B button a little too early, and it despawns because it's in a wall, and takes another unfortunate death. So he's
I meant
looks
to
like
do
he's
that.
gonna. He meant
Oh,
to
I
do
just
that.
saw
I'm
that.
showing
It's
you
like-
guys what not to do in speedrunning.
Oh man. Unfortunately, that means he's gonna have to do these Yoku blocks normally, which is super unfun to watch. Anyways, we get Heat, which now we're gonna go into Woodman. So Heatman's weapon is you can charge it up, and you can one-shot Woodman in normal because he's a dumb, stupid boss. But more importantly, you get item 1, which is going to be used very heavily in the next stage, which is Crashman. And here we go. We're gonna see Iraq use that or abuse that pause buffer right there, as he had just enough to get him just close enough to use a couple pause buffers, which allows him to make that jump at the very end of that stage, which is very nice use of that. Abuse those mechanics as much as you can. Here we're gonna see Creble use Flashman a little bit earlier than I'm used to. Hopefully that he won't get that dog at the very end. Oh wow, okay. He does get the dog, but he's just gonna use that metal blade and mash him down. Easy peasy. Just as Iraq takes out Heatman here at the end with, once again, 3 quick bubble shots, and he's dead.
Oof.
So Flashman, Flashman, Airman, and Heatman all have very long cutscenes because you get the item gets as well. So they're super dumb to watch. Here Creble's gonna use the item 2 that he didn't at the beginning. Get over some of those other monkeys. You can do it at the beginning, and that's known as monkey skip, and you can just skip them completely. These guys' hitboxes are super annoying and dumb, and it's really hard to get over them and jump over them properly. And Creble's showing that off very, very wonderfully
Prominently.
for us. And here at the end of the stage, he's going to use item 2 to kind of skip over these chickens here.
Yay,
I
floor
wonder if
chicken.
we'll get some. And we got the floor chicken. So once again, that's just demonstrating the screen wrapping at the top. So he's at the top, and the chicken spawns based on your Y location. So it spawns in the floor, and it's wonderful to see. And here we're gonna see Woodman. Say hi, Woodman, for about 2 seconds, and then you can say bye to Woodman real quick as well. It's a little tight. Ooh, and he gets it. Easy peasy. Here we go. Iraq is so Iraq is doing the more traditional strat where you fully charge heat shot the first dog, switch to flash, and then you flash through the rest of these, which none of the other dogs will spawn. And it looks like he's gonna go metal blade here as well, so he's just gonna take out these bats real quick. Hopefully that one spawns, because that one is the least annoying one. We'll see what he does with monkey. Meanwhile, Creble's into crash climb, which is probably the worst part of this game. It can go either very poorly or very good for you. Really depends. So he's just going to use item 2 a little bit here, kind of help himself up there. Use item 2 here. He's going to skip over these Mets. Unfortunately, he doesn't get that last Met skip, but that's okay. Iraq is just saying, screw these hitboxes. I'm just going to kill them instead, just to be safe. So that's a smart choice. So for Creble, we're gonna have the item 1 usage. You'll see that pretty heavily. So it's just a platform that you can put anywhere, and you can put under it. You can also, so if you're good, and once you get good at it, you can be jumping, place it, and land on it, pretty much close together, and then you can hop right off of it right away. So it's super nice to have, and can pretty much allow you to send super quickly. So here's the hardest part of Crashman here. This part takes a lot of maneuvering and item 3, so we're going to use some item 3 here. So an interesting thing about ladders for Mega Man 2 is that if you hop off a ladder or jump up a ladder and catch it off screen and you press down, what will happen then is Mega Man will do a little zip upwards. Unfortunately, we weren't able to see the kind of high level strats. So, no offense on that. I do want to say that.
Yeah, I have to say I don't have the best crash climb.
Yes, it's difficult. It's very hard to do properly, and quickly is really what it is. But there's specific points on the ladder where you can press A and B at the same time on the same frame, which will allow you to place item 3 and land on top of it instantly, and then you can jump off, press the down arrow, and then on the next screen you can use item 3 and then press up, and it will zip Mega Man up on top of item 3, and then you can kind of do it again, and that's how you do the crash climb. I believe if you go into the Mega Man Classic Discord, I believe Ratson, who's a top level runner, has a very good tutorial on that. So if you're ever interested in learning that, feel free to reach out to him. So Iraq's making his way up. Crash here, doing pretty good. Just kind of taking it, you know, pretty easily, but that's okay. Also, you can start to rat jam now because Mega Man Wily I theme song is a banger. We all know that. So in the first part of the stage, it's just going to be kind of... it's going to be birds. They're just going to be dropping their eggs, which is dumb, and no one likes them. So Iraq here getting some good use out of item 3, and then you saw the little zip right there, which is nice. And then he's going to zip up here, and he's going to be instantly at the top of the ladder, switch to Airman, and then hopefully just take out Airman real quick like. So there's another little bit of climbing here for Wily I. You can do the same kind of techniques, except that particular ladder I learned the hard way. You can zip, and it puts you in the wall, and I was on good time, and I was very mad because I didn't know that was a thing.
I did that in a marathon.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Iraq takes out Crashman easily, because Crashman's also another pushover. The boss weaknesses in this game are pretty ridiculous. Like, they all take them out in like 2 to 3 hits max. And as we'll find out later, Metal Man dies to 1 hit to himself. So he's weak to his own weapon. I don't know. I don't know what programmer went. I hate Metal Man. Make him weak to his own weapon. Anyway, so here at the end of Wily I, we're gonna see Mega Man or Kreble take out the big old dragon with some quick boomerangs, which is his weakness. Super easy, super quick. And that's it. Also, a little bit of flashing screen warning. At the end of all of these Wily stages, whenever you kill the boss, the screen will flash rapidly. So just kind of, if you're prone to that, I'll let you know at the end of each stage, just to kind of keep an eye out for that. So here we are in Wily II, as Iraq makes his way up. He's at the bottom of the climb now. So we're going to switch to item 1 for Kreble. Kreble's just going to kind of skip these spikes here and hop up. Here's a safety E-tank that's not out of the way, so for beginners, it's there. You don't even have to go out of your way for it. So, yeah, nice little safety E-tank, especially for Boo Beam Fight, which we all know how Boo Beam Fight goes sometimes. So here, Kreble's going to fall down, and he's going to switch to wood, which is kind of a not untraditional method for normal zipless. Normally, you'd use Flashman and just completely skip these drills, but he's going to go wood and kind of take them all out, which they're super easy to take out, so it's not a huge deal. It's not really a big time loss or time save. Switch to item 3. He's going to hop up here, take some damage. Oh.
Thanks for reminding me the real strat, by the way. I totally blanked it out.
No problem. Wow. Yeah. So Iraq made his way up, gonna take out the dragon, the big old baddie dragon, which I believe at one point was one of the largest on-screen enemies ever on the NES, I think. Don't quote me on that. Or do. I don't know. Whatever you want. I don't care. Flashing warning, by the way, for that. So here Kreble is in Wily II boss, which is a room. It is the same pattern every time. No RNG involved. Just a bunch of blocks that come out. This is Pico Pico Kun, which I learned from my super fancy schmancy Mega Man Complete Collections art book that my wife bought me for my birthday one year. Shoutouts to my wife, who's sitting in the room next to me being quiet because she loves me and I'm hosting, and this is awesome. Anyways, so this is Pico Pico Kun. Metal Blade is its weakness. Also flashing warning right after these two die. So there it is, and that's the end of Pico Pico Kun. Pico Pico Kun! None of these drops better zip. Alright, moving on to Wily III, which is another super boring level, in all honesty. You just kind of fall down. So we're gonna watch, or pay more attention to Iraq here, who's now getting to the end of Wily II here. Looks like he's gonna do the Woodman method as well. Just kind of use that wood shield, or leaf shield, and just kind of whatever. Also, how many fish are we gonna get? It can be 1, 2, or 3, I believe. So if you guess how many fish, I should have said that before, that was my fault. Looks like 2 fish. 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish. Iraq's gonna do the item 3 here, get up here, not take that hit, unlike Kreble. Using flash to get past those last couple stompers, or chain drops, or whatever you want to call them. I don't know. It's in my book somewhere. I should have pulled it out and had it ready to go. So here, Kreble's just about to be into the third boss, which is the Guts tank, which, interestingly enough, if you read it in the book, his body is actually a part of the background to avoid sprites. So, quick boomerang's gonna take him out. Flashing warning, by the way, right now. So Gutsman is taken out with 3 quick hops. You can actually one-hop it. Very, very difficult. You have to be good at mashing. Flashing warning coming up for Pico Pico Kun here, right about now. I should be a little bit quicker about that, so, sorry. Anyways, moving on to Wily IV, which is a huge, huge run killer, especially for beginners, because the only way to kill the end boss here is with Crash Bombers, and you have a very limited amount of Crash Bombers. Also, how many fish for Iraq Vet, by the way? Get your guesses in before he gets too close and I forget. So here's another use of item 3, that Kreble is just gonna hop over these. Also, there are invisible floors. The floor is invisible and you can fall down them. And that's more painful here than it was on the previous screen, which Kreble is just gonna be very, very careful about. And just kind of use item 2 to get over those. So yeah, an interesting note about Crash Bomber, by the way, while these runners are just kind of getting through the stages. Crash Bomber does not actually have its own hitbox. So for those of you who know who Stalwart Turtle is, he kind of figured that out. And he came up with a strat where, in order to better hit the boo beams, you actually use wood leaf shield in the... Ooh, Kreble taking that. Very, very nicely done to that item 1 skip there. So you can, whatchamacallit, you can item 1 up that way. There's also an item 2 strat. But anyway, so Stalwart Turtle came up with the strat where you use Leaf Shield in the hallway leading up, because Leaf Shield has the largest hitbox of all of the weapons. And what that will do is that will now then transfer the hitbox from the Leaf Shield to the Boo Beam fight, or to the Crash Bomber, which will lead to larger explosions, which will lead to easier kills. So Iraq Vet gets out of the Wily III fight. My apologies for being a little slow on that. So here's Boo Beam fight, which is super dumb, and the screen lags like crazy. You can also pause, and if you pause at the correct time, all of their shots will go through. So we're going to see some safety E-Tank here from Kreble, which is smart, because why not? So he does get both of those down, which is good. There's also a damage transfer here, which he unfortunately does not get. Photosensitivity warning, but he gets them down easily. So here we're gonna see Iraq Vet get another safety E-Tank, which is smart, especially for the Boo Beam fight. So now we're on to refights. So Iraq is going to do the item 1 strat there, which is very slick, very nicely done. On that particular screen, you can do that. So we're just gonna drop down here. He's gonna, I think he's gonna do it. Yep, he does, and he places the item 1 a little bit earlier, which is nice. Just kind of gets you up better, just a little bit faster. Also doing the item 1 strat. Ooh, definitely gets it. Very, very well done. Very nice. That is very tough to do. Those spikes have a decent size hitboxes, so let's see what he goes through here. So he's gonna do air shooter as well. Just kill those sniper joes easily peasily. And Kreble over here is gonna kill Airman with his weakness, Leaf Shield. Takes him down pretty easily, which is really nice. And then he's gonna move on to Bubble Man, or Heat Man. Just once again, 3 shots from Bubble Lead will take him out. And we're gonna pay attention to Iraq here as he goes into the Boo Beam fight. See what he does here. So he's gonna get up there. 2 item 1s, get him up there, very nice. So you gotta wait. He's gonna pause. Looks like he's gonna do the pause buffer, and the shots do go through him, which is really, really nice. Oh, and avoids them very easily. So here we're gonna see Metal Blade for the rest of the refights here.
Don't blink.
Ooh. Should have enough. And there goes Metal Man, by the way. I blinked, and he's dead. So. And here we go. Photosensitivity warning coming up here for Wily Machine. So this is Wily Machine. It's again, most OP weapon. Just spam Metal Blades at him, and easy peasy, and he goes down. And then you just spam some more, and oh man, Wily Machine is dead. That's it.
I screwed up Boo Beam 30-something beers.
you screwed up Boo Beam, but you recovered, and that's what mattered. That was very nice recovery. So here we go. He's gonna go into refights, so we can watch some of the refights as Kreble goes into the last stage of the game, where once again, like I said, Bubble Lead is Wily's. Sorry, alien. No Wily. There's no Wily here. It is truly an alien. I promise you guys. This stage is very creepy leading up to the alien fight, by the way. There's no music. It's just the sound of Mega Man, or just the acid dripping from the ceiling, which for the longest time I thought was blood, and I was like, that is really dark for a kid's game. But no, it's just acid. So time comes when Wily... alien. Did I say Wily? I'm so sorry. It's definitely 100% an alien. No Wily here. When the alien takes the last hit. So like I said, Bubble Lead. Let's see if he can get some good bubble. Yep. Do some good. He's going to take a D-boost because hugging the alien like that does significant damage, and that's time for Kreble.
GG.
GG's indeed. Very nicely. Oh no, it's Wily. Oh no, who could have ever have guessed controlling a hologram of an alien? Oh man. Whoever saw that coming.
It's Candleless son of a biscuit here.
So Iraq's here into Bubble Man with some Metal Blade. And this time I won't blink because here's Flashman or Metal Man, and there goes Metal Man. Goodbye. Again, I don't know who hated Metal Man to just make his weakness himself, but there he goes. Flashman, quick 4 blades. Here we go. More Wily capsule. Capsule?
Capsule?
And then just Metal Blade. Interesting. Also interesting note about this game. Photosensitivity warning, by the way, flashing screen for this entire fight, which is just a nightmare. And takes him out pretty easily. Yeah, so an interesting note about this game is I believe this is either one of, if not the only Mega Man where jumping is actually slightly slower than just running. So if you're hopping around, eventually it will it'll slow you down by quite a few frames. So trying to think of any other notes of interest in this game. I don't know. Once again, you get to hear nothing as Garak makes his way to the alien fight. Definitely alien, no Wily here.
You really want to take bets on how many times I hug him?
Yeah, don't hug him. Like I said, I think it does over a third of your damage health. So you pretty much get like no less than 3 or no more than 3 shots from his body and you're dead.
Yeah, body hits is pretty.
So taking a shot from his little lemons is okay. It only does a couple ticks of health. You'd rather get hit by that than you would the alien. So time's coming up on this last hit, which should be pretty easily, and time, and that's it.
Ooh,
Hey, we did it!
GG.
We did it. Excellent.
not bad
Very,
for two very
very
rusty zipless players.
Very rusty run indeed.
Very rusty.
I swear, like half of Wily stages, like I was trying to just figure out, oh damn, what's the zipless strat here? I only remember the any percent strat.
Right? Like I was trying to think forever what strat I should do. I'm like, man, I haven't ran this in so long.
Wow.
Oh my god.
But it was fun. It was impromptu.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, thanks for the impromptu bonus run, guys.
Thanks for running it, and it's I hope I provided some insightful commentary for that.
Oh yeah, I love the commentary.
yeah.
Thank you.
Like I said, I might know a little bit about this game. 28. Anyways, so we'll be back real quick after this short intermission. Thank you guys again for doing 2 races for us, impromptu wise. Go check them out. Super cool dudes. I'd let you do shout outs, but we've already done that. We're a little over time, so we'll be back very shortly. Thanks again. Up next we have Odalis the Dark Call, 100% normal glitchless with verts. So just stick around and we will be with you shortly. Thanks again, guys.